Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahusha. Give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahusha, Bashem, Ricard, Das. The Mom's Apostles, Great Wheels, no citation, all the arguments, and arguments pushing the truth. Yahweh coming in, Yahweh coming in. And the whole year of the prophecy, it ain't popping off. And Babylon the Great is just more and more digging into these prophecies, which we're gonna let them speak.
We're picking up where Eli Gemstone left off, America's Jesus daddy.
It's time! These are not people of God! They're charlatans!
She's gonna break it down. And this is what's going and this is what's going on the nationwide, all over America, on why you have these young girls and young guys. I'm talking about 35 and under. Is living off of these gig jobs and these secondary vocabularies that y'all have taught them to make it okay and appealing to their psychic that it's okay for America to be Babylon the Great, where it's at today, where you need a job making 40 hours and you need gig jobs and secondary third income. And that's why they have created these Uber Eats. That's why they created these OnlyFans. That's why they created these multiple streams of you having pennies coming in to satisfy the spirit. So let's get it.
So where we left off was this woman had, and I apologize, you're going to need to follow orally. She had $2,425 a month. She rents a one-bedroom apartment. She and her daughter sleep together in the same room in Irvine, California. That average one-bedroom apartment is going to be $1,600. She spends $100 on utilities. Take away the $1,700, and she has net $725. She's like me. She drives a 2008 minivan and has gas. $400 for car expenses and gas. Net $325. The Department of Agriculture says a low-cost food budget, that is ramen noodles. A low food budget is $400. That leaves her $77 in the red. She has a Cricket cell phone, the cheapest cell phone she can get for $40. She's in the red $117 a month. She has after-school childcare because the bank is open during normal business hours. That's $450 a month. That takes her down to negative $567 per month. My question for you, Mr. Diamond, is how should she manage this budget shortfall while she's working full-time at your bank?
I don't know that all your numbers are accurate. That number is generally a starter job.
She is a starting employee. She has a 6-year-old child. This is her first job.
You get those jobs out of high school, and she may have my job one day. So
she may, but Mr. Diamond, she doesn't have the ability right now to spend your $31 million.
Always sympathetic.
She's short 567. What would you suggest she do?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Would you recommend that she take out a JP Morgan Chase credit card and run a deficit?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Would you recommend that she overdraft at your bank and be charged overdraft fees?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
So I know you have a lot
I'd love to call her up and have a conversation about her financial affairs and see if we can be helpful.
See if you can find a way for her to live on less than the minimum that I've described.
Just be helpful.
Well, I appreciate your desire to be helpful, but what I'd like you to do is provide a way for families to make ends meet. So the little kids who are 6 years old living in a one-bedroom apartment with their mother aren't going hungry at night because they're $567 short from feeding themselves, clothing. We allow no money for clothing. We allow no money for school lunches. We allow no money for field trips, no money for medical, no money for prescription drugs, nothing. She's short $567 already. Mr. Diamond, you know how to spend $31 million a year in salary, and you can't figure out how to make up a $567 a month shortfall. This is a budget problem you cannot solve.
And why can they not solve it? Let's get it. That's why they can't solve it. Let's show you why they can't solve it. Because you heard what he said, oh, that's a starter job. And it shows you how out of touch that they are, that they've been saying that predictive programming for years. That, oh, if you're working at McDonald's, that's a starter job. Oh, now it's if you're working at the bank. Now that's considered a starter job. Let's get it. I'm gonna use my book. Hold on, wait. It's a starter job. You see, he have no care. You see the look on his face. He like, okay. You see how proud he is. Oh, she can have my job one day. Yeah, okay. This James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich man, weep and howl for your misery that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. See that? They riches are corrupt. Look how they set the system up. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it was with fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. See that? They have reaped treasures together the last days. So that's why they starving you people out. And that's why y'all walking around here stuck on stupid with y'all things that they got y'all to do. They got y'all trying to convert y'all bodies and work out. They got y'all trying to eat healthy. All the problems that they have caused. Y'all sitting here trying to figure out how you're going to persevere through that to show you a strong individual in the 21st century. No, you's a dumbass and you finna be destroyed. Like the little Latin. And you know what I noticed? There's a lot of the 12 tribes of Israel that got that spirit on them. That pompous, proud, arrogant, only me, I'm finna do what I gotta do. You finna die. Like the little Israelite that walked past. They got her stuck on going to the gym and converting her body to what? To be a whore? On OnlyFans? Good luck with that. Go to now, you rich man, weep and howl, for your misery shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it was with fire. You have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields. See that lady at that bank only make that $16, which is of you kept back by cry, and the cry of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. See that? This one went up to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So this is beyond Esau, his system, the UN and NATO. Ye have lived in pleasures on the earth and been wanted. Ye have nourished your heart as in the days of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. And who is that? That's the Israelites. See, they have killed the just with these no health care, no medical, no food, lunches, no anything. And that's why the scriptures say, hold on, that the poor hide themselves together. Hold on, I gotta get that. Because this is the condition that Esau has set up. That's why they sitting on there pompous, proud as hell. He looking like, whatever. Hold on, I gotta get this. It's Job 24:1. Why seest time are not hidden from the Almighty? Do they that know him not see his days? See that? See that? Because that James 5:1, they finna get it. Because the cries have reached up into Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, the Lord of Sabaoth. Some remove the landmarks, they violently take away flock and feed thereof. And that's how they got and established a lot of these businesses. Like you see the one happening in Montana with that Northern Kingdom tribe, who Kyrie Irving is a part of. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. It ain't like they ain't still doing it. Watch that. I want to keep this. But yeah, if you look up the one with Kyrie Irving, he a part of that tribe that's being evicted. Hold on. Kyrie Irving, a part of a native tribe whose land being encroached on. Yeah, Standing Rock. It's the Rock. It's the Sioux tribe. But they also, if you look them up, they having problems out of the government building a pipeline through their land. So that's what it's talking about. They take away the landmarks. They drive away the ass of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for the pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth hide themselves together. And that's why that lady said. And so 6-year-olds who living in a 1 bedroom wouldn't have to be. That's happening all over to the whole 12 tribe. Behold, as wild asses in the desert go they forth to their work, rising bedtime for a prey. The wilderness yield food for them and for their children. And that's Wall Street. And see, we get up every day and they get up and we reaping everything to them and their children. And that's why they go to the best schools. See that? They play the harps and all that. Uh, they reap everyone his corn in his field, and they gather the vintage of the wicked, right? Because we are gathering all of the resources, which is what national resources, gas, petroleum, coal. We reaping all them jobs, and they gathered the vintage of the wicked. They caused the naked to lodge without clothing, and that's what she was saying. That you want this woman to figure it out off that $16. Meanwhile, we haven't provided any home care, Medicaid, food, nothing. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing. And these are the scriptures that are being fulfilled by Esau, these Edomites, in a wicked system. This is where we at right now, Israel. But, oh, it's some good white folks. We ain't talking about that. We talking about the Edomites and their system and what they have set up and what it has grinded the people. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. And if you ask the average black that grew up in the 90s, they'll tell you, even today, we all had our lights turned off once upon a time. That's a normal thing for us to go in our lifetime where we have to live without heat. Yeah, I did it. And I'm 43, 44, so my wife did it. That's a normal practice with us as Israelites. See that? They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. Right. Our electric cut off, and we got to go to we have to go to all these food pantries and shelters to go get winter coats. Almost every year, my aunt had to go get winter coats for us. We weren't never at no store buying no coats. We didn't even have money for coats. And this is the same system that's carrying on like ain't nothing happened. Remember, I did the one on the Northern Kingdom, how they exploit them coming across the border. They cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the morning. Look how many with showers of the mountains. Look how homeless rate has went up. And embrace the rock for want of shelter. See that? They got people all over America under this system, homeless. You see it all over it. Some of y'all are experiencing it personally. Especially us brothers. They say we have what? No certain dwelling places. This is why the people are howling from James 5:1. They pluck the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge of the poor. See that? They got these programs to take the kids from the parents. They see the parents and they got these systems built in where if you're not taking them to get vaccines, we got to take them. If you're not taking them to be indoctrinated to our school system, we're going to take them under the pretense of you American parents can't be trustworthy to educate, to feed, to shelter your kids without the government authority of overseeing this matter. See that? This is the system that we living in, and that's why we have what we have. They cause him to go naked without clothing, and they take away the sheaf from the hungry. Wow. So this and that panel of guys that you see sitting up there is the problem, which I'm gonna roll them at the end, so you can so these scriptures can sit. But this James 5 and 5. You have lived in pleasure on earth and been wanted. You have nourished your heart as in the days of slaughter. You have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of our Lord. Behold, the husband waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and how long patient for it, till he receive the early and lighter rain. See that? Y'all, Bashim Y'all Shot got that 144,000. It means a multitude. Y'all out of here. And that's why y'all trying to put vocab alone, like the Elder Todd said this week. Just like he knows with vocab alone and all and them them Israelites being sunk out. You would think, yeah, this them dudes ain't talking about nothing. So why everybody keep on had that? Because this is the truth. They gotta say something. Can't just leave this alone. Um, be ye also patient. Establish your heart, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. See that? And Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah opened up the door. And it's surely not open for IUIC, ISUPK. See that? Because what door is this talking about? Wisdom and knowledge. You're supposed to know how to conduct yourself. You're supposed to have good works. So you shall know a fruit by its labor. And what's the labor of IUIC and RUIC? I mean ISUPK, IUIC. This Matthews 5 and I'm gonna start at 11. I'm gonna start at 10. No, 9. It say, blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall be called the children of God. And that's what we do. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So don't be worried about being persecuted for what we do in Akims and what we know. See that? Because you Akims and Aquas, y'all being told like, oh, he don't want to do nothing. He ain't got no ambition. Y'all get it. Y'all do it. Don't worry about it. You do it. 13. 12. Rejoice. I'm sorry. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manners of evil against you falsely for my sake. See that? They talking about us, but how about you now? Shall say. So they'll be in their homes, they'll be in their whatever. But guess who name they got in their mouth? But that's why what the scriptures say. Woe to the world for offense, because offense must come. See that? But woe to y'all that's offended, because this system is over with. KJV, woe to the world. KJV, woe to the world. Hold on. Hold on. See, because this y'all problem at this 18. See, that's what's gonna happen. That's why it's called the year of the Holy Prophet. Matthew. Salakia on that. Mm-mm-mm. It's Matthew 18 and 1. And at the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? No, I need to do this because you Israelites out there think I'm stupid. And Yahushua called a little child to him and set him in the midst of them, which is parabolic speaking, meaning you got to become as a child, be born again. You got to take away everything you know. You Israelites out there, that's why our names are in y'all mouth. And it's all because of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So good luck with that. And say, verily, I say unto you, except you be converted and become a little child, you shall not inherit the kingdom of heaven. Because everything y'all learn in this system is a lie. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as a little child, the same is greater in the kingdom of heaven. And see, y'all proud. Y'all don't have no humbleness in y'all. That's why I wish I gonna weed y'all out and get rid of it. And whoso shall receive one such little children in my name, receiving me. So all y'all out there who embracing us coming with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, you gonna receive the kingdom of heaven too. You can't be no wicked ass nigga. You better not take that RFID chip with you now. I don't see you accepting and as I'm looking this morning, all the Jakes sleeping out here. Well, they got everybody. They got everybody. They got everybody working and running, boy. Ooh, wicked system, boy. Matthews 18 and 5. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receive me. But whosoever shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone was hanged around his neck and that he be drowned in the depths of the sea. See that? So, because we working for Yahweh Shah. So y'all, Akims and Aquas out there, just understand the power that you hold. Don't get proud with it and so forth. Just keep doing you. Woe unto the world because of offense, for it must need be that offense comes. See that? Because Esau has established this world under the philosophies of doctrine, and now we filibustering it with this truth and showing all that they wickedness. Woe to the world because of offense, for it must need be that offense come. But woe to the man by whom the offense cometh. See that? Wherefore, if a hand, so basically, it goes into one of your members. So if anybody around you or whatever, I don't care who it is, brother, sister, wife, kids, dad, mother, grandma, if they offending you, cut them off. The job offending you, cut them off. See that? Because what? Wherefore if a hand or foot offend thee, cut it off and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into the life whole and main rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire, because you ain't gonna make it. Because you too busy caring about what he, she, or they got to say. Fuck what you talking about. And if thou eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with 1 eye rather than having 2 eyes to be cast into fire, because you ain't gonna make it. See that? Only one man gonna make it at a time. You ain't making it with your siblings. You ain't making it with your parents. None of that. Everybody gotta work out what their own salvation with fear and trembling. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones. For I say unto you, that in heaven their angel do always behold the face of the Father which is in heaven. For the Son of Man is coming to save that which was lost. And that's why you don't want to be having that hate, that highlight towards Akims or Aquas. You got, because you don't know who they is. You don't know how you care about that man or woman. So that's like me. I ain't got nothing to say about no Akims, no Aquas, unless you teaching false doctrine. And that's it. Teach the truth. That's it. And if so be that he find it, verily I say, what was it? Oh, how think ye if a man have 100 sheep? Well, that's it. So yeah, that's the point. So you want to be very careful with that. Very, very careful. Okay, I ain't gonna make this too long, which I already did, but this a good one though. Okay, let me get back into where I was. So we can wrap this up. This Ecclesiasticus 13 and 17. This Ecclesiastes 13 and 17. What fellowship has the wolf with a lamb, or the sinner with the godly? that agrees. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog, and what peace between the rich and the poor? That's why he's sitting up there like, boy, that's an entry level job. As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humility, so does the rich abhor the poor. That's why he's just sitting there like, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friend's trump, but a poor man being down is thrust also away by his friends. And we see that with IUIC, ISUPK. He said, when a rich man is fallen, he has many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken. That's why you see Trump on the interview. You see he got acquitted. He was on there grabbing by the pussy. And how you a president and you can say something like that? This place is finished. He speaketh things not to be spoken. See that? Now tell me these scriptures ain't popping off like popcorn. And yet men justify him. See that? No, that's my president. The poor man slippeth, and yet they rebuke him till he speak wisely, and could have no place. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he says. They exalt into the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. See that? So we sitting here telling y'all what's going on, why it's happening, and what you need to be doing. Y'all listening to these economics advisors, y'all presidents, y'all senators, and they out there pump faking y'all with these, just bringing out the issues. They ain't got no solutions to fix the issues. They just bring them out. Ecclesiastes 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They exalt into the clouds, but if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will hope to overthrow it. It said, riches are good unto him that has no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. See that? Because they the ungodly. And they got in their mouth about poverty. And why you think he ain't got nothing to say? Hold on, I'm going to let that play one more time before we go any further. All right, here, watch that.
$67 per month. My question for you, Mr. Diamond, is how should she manage this budget shortfall while she's working full-time at your bank?
I don't know that all your numbers are accurate. That number is generally a starter job.
She is a starting employee. She has a 6-year-old child. This is her first job.
You can get those jobs out of high school, and she may have my job one day. So
She may, but Mr. Diamond, she doesn't
See that? But that's a lie. Yeah, you got high school kids working there, but at the same time, she got 40, 50-year-olds working right next to her, sitting in cubicles.
have the ability right now to spend your $31 million.
fully sympathetic.
She's short 567. What would you suggest she do?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that.
Would you recommend that she take out a JP Morgan Chase credit card and run a deficit?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Would you recommend that she overdraft at your bank and be charged overdraft fees?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
So I know you have a lot
I'd love to call her up and have a conversation about her financial affairs and see if we can be helpful.
see if you can find a way for her to live on less than the minimum that I've described.
Just be helpful.
Well, I appreciate your desire to be helpful, but what I'd like you to do is provide a way for families to make ends meet. So the little kids who are 6 years old living in a 1-bedroom apartment with their mother aren't going hungry at night because they're $567 short from feeding themselves, clothing. We allow no money for clothing. We allow no money for school lunches. We allow no money for field trips, no money for medical, no money for prescription drugs, nothing. She's short $567 already. Mr. Diamond, you know how to spend $31 million a year in salary, and you can't figure out how to make up a $567 a month shortfall. This is a budget problem.
See that? So there we go. They don't care. So let's go let's get that these are prophecies. So you can't just put it off all on them. That's why we forewarning Israel to come back, because your ass is on the line. Let me show it to y'all. That's why you don't want to be playing with Yahweh. Fuck what these Edomites talking about. They ain't talking about nothing. This Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. See that? You going to work doing these 40 hours. I don't care. It don't matter. Shit. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat due to inflation, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe ye, but there is no warmth. And he that earneth wage to put it into a bag with holes. Because can't nobody save no money to build nothing. Notice that? Can't nobody save no money to build nothing. I'm laughing. Yeah, ain't nobody save nobody. Forget about it. Let's get that Ecclesiastes 13:3. It's Ecclesiastes 13:3. The rich man has done wrong, and yet he threatened without. The poor is wrong. He must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. That's why you think dude said, yeah, I'd like to have a conversation with her. And she like, what? You gonna give her one of your credit cards to go more in debt? If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorrow for it. See that? Them banks and the CEOs of the banks have made the people bear, and they don't feel no sorrow for it. It say, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what one is thou? And he will shame thee by his meat until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. So that whole thing going, well, she got a 6-year-old. They don't care about none of that. He said, oh, I'm sympathetic. And you notice he don't care what nationality he was. Afterwards, when it said, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterwards, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. See that? Shake his head at you like these people. Oh my God. This Philippians only got a couple more. Because after all that, it don't look too good for us. But I ain't know us. Because we good. Let me get that. Philippians 4. Philippians 4 and I'm going to go 12. Philippians 4:12. I know both how to be abased. So whether I gotta, go check the chat, go without, hey, I'll do it, whatever. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Yahweh Shai, which strengtheneth me. So that's it. That's where you put your faith in. Yahweh Shai gonna make them ways. You're gonna get them gigs, whatever. You're gonna send people to bless you. I'm a living testimony of that. This is Isaiah 10:20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the raiment of Israel, see that? Because only a raiment of us gonna make it, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. See that? That's why I keep saying, fuck these Edomites. We ain't leaning upon them and they will and what they say for us to conform. Escape of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The raiment shall return, even the raiment of Jacob, unto the mighty God. For though thou people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a raiment shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. For the Lord of hosts shall make a consumption, even to termination, in the midst of all the land. See, that's what Yahushua calling his people back. And that's why his prophecies and what he said is happening. And that's why you have reports and lessons like this coming out. And y'all fuck. And with that, let's give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Rakar Kadash, Shalom.